This is Wake News Radio with Detlev on UWS Community Radio and the International Community Radio Network. IC Radio Network and UWS strongly promote the use of grassroots patriot music. Please drop us a line and we'll play your music. You're listening to the International Community Radio Network.
Hi, this is Detlev of Wake News Radio, Wake News TV here on our UNITEDWESTRIKE Radio-Marathon. And I'm welcoming everybody who's tuned in and is listening to our great show, which we're having every second Saturday of a month. And as usual, you know, I start up the UNITEDWESTRIKE Radio-Marathon with my 2 hours in German. And then I start with the English part of it. And remember, there's a time difference between all those wonderful people over in the US and otherwise who are still in bed, possibly. Well, anyways, we are giving them the opportunity to listen tonight already, because we are pre-recording this section here for UNITEDWESTRIKE on a Saturday, which is coming up on November the 9th. And I'm, happy to announce a great guest, which I, can welcome in a few minutes. And before we do that, please remember that you can always tune in into our chat rooms and participate also connecting with other people like-minded. Just be careful with giving out all your personal information. Just as a reminder, we all know the NSA is always with us and is always, listening to whatever we have to say. So welcome all to those NSA agents. Okay, so during our UNITEDWESTRIKE Radio-Marathon, we usually have great guests and great hosts around the world. So it is going to be very interesting to listen to all the topics and all these great people which we are gathering around the world. So look forward to the program. You'll find that on UNITEDWESTRIKE.com website. Okay. So long story short, I have the pleasure to announce to you Mrs. Nickie, which is tuning in a minute. Nickie is a great person. I've talked to her upfront. And Nickie Thetsy, she will talk about her work and her person right afterwards. But please allow me to talk about her biography, and you'll find this on her website, tnanohealingtools.com. We'll give these a little later again for you to write down. Okay, on this page about us, you will find not only the wonderful photograph of Nickie, but also some of the information which is giving us a little background about her. And I'm citing here from her page, "My mission is to empower you to connect with your higher self and cosmic consciousness so as to find your life purpose and co-create miracles. Understanding the universal laws, Akashic records, and your gifts to experience the ultimate divine power within you, learning to use your heart wisdom, guiding you in the light of love, compassion, and forgiveness." That is by Nickie Thetsy, M.E.D. Tnano's creator, Nickie Thetsy, was born in Laos and raised with the Buddhist Christian Foundation. Ever since she was young, Nickie, and she still is young, Nickie has been aware of a strong psychic connection to her spiritual center. Nickie is blessed with multifaceted gifts used in creative art of healing, life transformation, and higher consciousness work. Her intuitive gifts bring wisdom from guides, teachers, and beyond to help you on your own personal dynamic spiritual journey. She customizes her unique gifts to bring different healing modalities to each client depending on what is needed for successful transformational healing. Currently, Nickie is a holistic health energy practitioner, consultant, life coach. She has been a successful educator, radio host, and holds a B.S. in psychology, visual arts, and MED. Wow! I mean, just reading through this is incredible. So let's see whether we have Nickie already tuned in. Nickie, did you listen? Did I say anything wrong about you?
That was beautiful. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Yeah, I mean, it's wonderful that we have you in our UNITEDWESTRIKE Radio-Marathon and on Wake News Radio. I usually have only German-speaking programs, but, in our UNITEDWESTRIKE Radio-Marathon, we also have great English-speaking guests. So welcome to the show, and please explain. I mean, how did you get to all of that? I mean, you have a tremendous biography. I mean, this is incredible.
Oh, that's only, I would say, 5% of the information of actually what my whole life is all about. I was born very gifted and grew up in Laos, which was a third world country. And during that time, I was born on the same time of when Pearl Harbor was bombed. And the Vietnam War was had been started already, and so I was born in the age of chaos, and my purpose was to bring peace, harmony, through love, compassion, and forgiveness for all sentient beings and other beings in this galaxy and throughout other galaxies as well. And that is my purpose. Since I was a child, I've always been very tuned in. Remember seeing ghosts, many things. I could understand things beyond things that I cannot comprehend, nor the adults could explain to me. So I was very well trained because I grew up in the during the war zone, and so I've lost my father. He was executed, and because he was with the military, and because of that they executed him, and through all of that we've lost our homes, our country. It took us 6 years to leave Laos to get to the United States, and through that process we landed in Thailand, Philippines, and some other um, cities and countries as well. So that was 6 years process, not having food, um, suffering, worrying about when do you get clean water, where do you sleep? Do you sleep on the dirt ground, the cockroach, or do you have to, how do you live in peace and harmony with people that are suffering as well? So it was a journey, and but I don't regret every moment of it, and it left scars because it's just the way it is. But that's how it works. So throughout any training, this is like your hard knocks, hardcore, Navy SEAL type of training that I was put through, and it gave me many lessons and skills, gift, the vision, the understanding, the knowledge that cannot be taught in school.
Wow, yeah, I mean, this sounds incredible, and I've experienced this time as well. During the Vietnam War, I was still pretty young, and I was protesting against all this war machinery at that time, but not realizing everything which is behind that. And now we are facing, I mean, we had 2012, the expectations of 2012, now expecting something, positive, developing out of what we experienced over the last centuries. So, and that's what what you are prepared for to help us understanding.
Yes, and anywhere you go in any of the era, there's always going to be some sort of conflict, war, okay? And the conclusion of that, out of all of that, the only ways that we can resolve this is through love, compassion, and forgiveness. Has to be done peaceful manners, because war is nothing but destruction. It's a destruction at a cost of our mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical level, and not to mention the environment, Mother Earth. You know how many nukes and the radiation and the chemical warfare we have had on this earth. Anytime we nuke Mother Earth, we've caused a lot of damages to her. And that can also cause the shifting of the globe as well. Okay, so we want to avoid all of those massive destruction as much as possible. So, and of course, in this for humanity, there are other beings that comes down and actually influence, have caused many of the destruction by giving the technology to, shall we say, the bad guys. Okay, in terms of the technology, we're talking about nuclear power plants and some other mass weapon destruction. And so we wanted to be able to bring our senses and use our heart wisdom and start filtering out a lot of this information that's coming through, that why are we creating all of this when many things can be created with peace? You see what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Solutions are there. Yes, if we had come into unity consciousness of promoting peace, love, compassion, forgiveness, it has to have all those components, otherwise it doesn't work. Continuously to point fingers at each other, well, he did this, they did this, she did that. It's a blame game, it's a resentment game, and it's a cycle. It's a very nasty cycle that continues and it never ends. Okay? The moment is now. We have to question ourselves within our inner self, step up and say, when do I take a stand and say, war stops here. It stops within me. I promote peace. And that's one of the things that I'm promoting right now. Is called the T-Nano Activation, Divinity Activation Global Project. And what it does is I created a T-Nano product that help sustain people in a higher frequency. Okay, so it literally goes in and change at your cellular level. It also grounds you so you can connect to your higher source. It allows you to filter out your energy. It works just like air filtering system. It brings in the negative energy, transmute it into higher frequency, and that's what it spewed out. And it gives you, I would say, minimum 10 feet in radius. So that's 20 feet in diameter.
Wow. Yeah, that's
And
amazing. I
that's the
mean, just,
T-Nano.
yeah,
Well, most people would ask, well, Nikki, why would I want to amplify my feel? Well, think of it this way, okay? If it's like a car engine. If your car in you're driving a little sedan, for maybe 150 horsepower, your car can't go very far. But if you're driving like a Porsche running at, almost 398 horsepower, you know how fast you're going to be going? It's super fast, you see?
yeah,
So my concern is about speed, okay? It's about healing fast, and I want healing now, super powerful and yet effective. And we want to avoid the yo-yo effect, which is up and down, up and down. 1 minute you're good, 1 minute you're bad. We don't want any instability. Okay, the T-Nano tool provides you that stability. And it never have to be clean. That's the best part. Some people like, the sun, so they take it out and leave it out in the sun. The moon, you could take it to the ocean because they love the ocean water. It's an extension of you, and so you treat it as if that's part of you. Highly, highly intuitive. If you're trying to wish and manifest for something bad happen, it will not come. It won't come. It's programmed to participate in all activities and events only for your highest good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
because as human we have polarity. We still think negatively, and also being subjected by the mind control mind hijack included. Okay, programming. That's why it's important to acknowledge that.
yeah, isn't it difficult for people to realize that they are actually light beings and they haven't really discovered this yet, or it has been hidden from them, in the matrix we're living in? So, I mean, to experience that that you are so powerful. I mean, you are very powerful. I mean, the connection here is trembling already, because you make this also online, don't you? I mean, your power is coming over here to Europe.
Thank you. That's very kind of you. I would say that power comes from within, and everyone, each one of us, whether you're a janitor, house cleaner, gardener, you're a CEO of some big companies, 500 Fortune companies, the president, it doesn't matter. All the powers comes from within. Okay? So don't let all that labeling, the position, the title, that's all the facade, all the materialistic labeling. Okay? What you want to do is look within yourself. I had met many, many powerful people that are waiter. They're waitressing at restaurant because in their sleep dream time, they're dragons, huge giant dragons. Imagine a person holding a baseball, and that baseball is a globe of Earth, and that is the person that is a dragon holding Earth. I met those people, very, very powerful people, but they cannot function in 3D reality when they do such a massive amount of work, you see, in their dream time. And that takes a lot of energies, you see. So don't let all that labeling distort you. Okay, the true power comes from within, and there are different levels of ascension. And the ascension, how we get there, is to by, like I said, go within. Okay, you start off with going heal yourself. My analogy of that would be cleaning the closet. Your closet is accumulation of stuff you throw in. Do you remember throwing your shoes in the closet? Dirty
Oh,
clothes, right?
definitely. Yeah. What a mess.
Yeah, exactly. It's a mess. Trash, whatever it is you don't want that you want to hide, you throw in the closet. Then what do? Once we throw it in, we shut it. We want to lock it up. We don't want to open that closet again. And that is over the years accumulation of stuff. Okay? That's my favorite to use is stuff. And so, it's our emotional, mental, spiritual, physical baggages that we carry, that we dump. We have a safe place that we hide so that others cannot look within ourselves. And because it also causes pains and guilt, you see? So part of going within and healing yourself is to go in and unlock that door. Okay, it takes a lot of courage to go in, unlock that, and say, let me take a look at this. What am I willing at this moment in time, not future, this moment in time, because it's only this moment in time that we have the time, boys, to take action. You see, you can't take action for the past nor the future, only now. So you look in that closet and say, what can I do? What can I heal? What lesson can I look from this? Take on, deal with it, provide resolution, and then it will automatically release. Majority of healers out there and people who are doing the healing themselves always think, oh, I want to release, release, release. But question is, what are you releasing? You can never release anything that you have not resolved. You see what I mean? The
Oh,
focus here is allow yourself to resolve what to be looked at. That's all. Sometimes you just have to look at and acknowledge of its existence and its functionality, and then it automatically release. It's that simple. And there are things that, yes, you do have to maybe confront and have it to interact with someone. Let's say you have issues with your sister. Okay, so you have to take that up with your sister because you have a karma attachment. That's what you call karmic attachment, okay, with somebody else in your soul family. But until then, you still have to go within and say, okay, let me check myself out. What is it that I need to address? Once you dealt with that, okay, your heart chakra is going to start feeling lighter and lighter. And many times we do, because of guilt and shame and doubt, we don't want to look in our heart and open that up. And also, of course, the ego. The human ego is very powerful. And I'm not saying to negate or ignore the human ego. Ego is actually really good for you as well. It depends on how you use the energy. For example, if let's say somebody comment say, hey, you're such a bad person, you're a terrible person, and you feel really down, what are you going to do? That's when you look within yourself and your ego picks up and say, well, you know what? I have done, thousands of radio shows. I have 500, you know, 1,000 radio shows, and I have accomplished blah, 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 blah. Why would that person say that? So I'm not a loser. I'm doing okay. And that's all I need to acknowledge. You see, the ego of embracing that, hey, look, I can claim my own achievements. And that will help you pick yourself up and move forward. Because there are those that will take the criticism and allow them to be at the bottom of the low energy field and feeling depressed and guilt and shame. And that is what you don't want. That's not vibrating on a high frequency.
Yeah, I understand that, and on purpose, some people try to get you down,
Yes.
so to try to hurt you, so you are getting into those low vibrations. Is that right?
That is correct. And there are those that are very insecure about himself or herself that they will project. They're actually projecting their own self onto you. So when they say those things to you, you have to look at, this is interesting. I'm not all those things projected. So what they're projecting is themselves. So they're the one that's not feeling good, about their accomplishments. And perhaps they're, you see? So you
So
have to throw back at them and post that.
so they're trying to put their trash onto you, into your
Yes,
closet.
yes, yes,
Oh dear,
exactly.
yeah.
And so, that's part of using your heart wisdom, okay? And we have to constantly use our heart wisdom. Okay, the heart, there has been many researchers that came out with, when they had this famous neurologist and cardiologist both had gone through a severe stroke where they're paralyzed and they couldn't even speak or function with their arms, and they had to be fed by some family members. And what they recall was that their right brain was fully functioning. They were having out of body experiences. They remember having all sorts of dreams, you see. And so we know that the heart exists. And another lady, she had just a regular mom, had a heart transplant from this young man, 18, I believe, had a motorcycle accident, loves potato chip. And she doesn't eat potato chip. So when she had his heart, she started craving for potato chips and some other things she would do in her life. And she noticed them coming from. And in fact, it came from the heart she received from the transplant. You see, the heart has its own mind, has its own heart beating as well. So when the blood system function in our body, it has nothing to do with because of the heart. No, it's the brain from the heart fully functioning, synchronizing with our brain. You see?
Wow. Yeah.
So yes. So that's a whole new concept right now for I think a lot of traditional medicine as they are becoming more open to accepting what is non-traditional medicine and being open to that and also new technology and researches. So I'm very excited to hear more about that. That's coming out. And and do you have any questions so far? No,
Oh
I'm
well, I
speaking
mean
quite
the
a bit.
hundreds of questions, obviously, because we are all anxious to get to know how to progress, right? How to get rid of all the stuff which stuff, as you like to say that, the stuff which is actually hindering us, in
Yes.
progressing. And it's so important to have people like you to explain to us, first of all, the basics, right? And also the ways to clean up clean up your space, and then start entering this new experience, which we are also anxious to hear from you and learn from you what you are suggesting there.
Well, traditionally, those are wonderful questions, and thank you for posing them. Traditionally, we go see psychologists, therapists, and we could spend 10 years seeing them, and they're not helping us because one, they're not intuitive. You want to have someone who is intuitive, especially go get your Akashic record read because there is stuff that your habits, characteristic, or sickness, illness that you possess that they cannot be cleared out. And that has to do with your past karmic life, has to do with your ancestor karmic that we're all attached to. And I'm going to go a little bit in detail for that for you.
Yeah, that's
When I
that's
had a
wonderful.
near
Yeah,
when
that's
I had a
wonderful.
near death experience, and one of the things that I saw in my body was I saw my body on the bed, lying on the bed, and I looked on to my left side to the bed, and I saw exactly myself dressed exactly the same, completely clone, completely mirror image, standing overlooking my dead body. And then from my dead body, I looked on top of my head, and also on my dead body, I could see my clone, and I also noticed a light of myself, and that is the divinity that I'm talking about. That is your higher self. It looks nothing like you. It's like a shadow, except it's in white, and it has icy blue color. Okay, there's no eyes. There's no like, it's like a shadow. Looks just like a shadow. Okay, and it
Yeah.
floats. It can also shift shape to like a globe, like a ball globe. It can float around. It can penetrate through walls, no problem. It's like quantum leap, super fast to anywhere it needs to go. So a now physical body, this human 3D reality skin suit technology comes with divinity code as part of being human. This is why there are beings from outside sources, from Earth, that want to hijack our physical body, because they also need our body for the ascension. The human body is the ascension tool technology, and so is Mother Earth. She is the ascension technology as well.
Wow, 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 wow,
We
wow.
came
Stop,
from
stop,
her.
stop for a moment. Stop for a moment. Stop for a moment. Please, let's repeat this. So you're saying that the human body of human
Yes,
beings here on Earth is the vehicle, the body, the carrier, right?
yes,
For ascension,
yes, it is. It
and
is the
Earth,
ascension machine.
and Earth is the platform, or is? Can you repeat this again?
Earth is the platform. It's also the ascension machine platform, if you want to put it that way. Imagine how else would human be born on Earth? It has to come through somebody's birth canal, a woman's birth canal. That's how we're born. You cannot be born without a soul. That's a human body skin technology.
I may be out of course here, but so you would say animals as we know them, which have
Yes,
also bodies and or could be
yes.
carriers and so forth.
They
Do
are
they have
also carrier.
so they have souls as well?
Yes, they do. They do have souls. When an animal dies, a spirit are still lingering around. Yes.
So
When
that's
the animals
yeah.
die, their souls still linger around unless one performs karmic healing and release. Then they will go to a higher ascension.
Wow.
Hmm.
Gee, that's another show. We're adding up the shows here right away. But
Yes.
yeah, but okay, yeah, that was new for me as well. I mean, I've heard lots of things, but I didn't really get this so straight set as you just did it. So wonderful.
And that's one of the other reason why men love to they seek and they have this crazy desire to have sex with women, unlimited sex, and also to rape them as well, because men are not as tuned in with the stargate. A woman's womb, okay, woman's womb where she delivered the baby is the stargate where the soul comes through. That is the stargate. So as a woman, there is that divine goddess within each of a woman. As long as you carry that ability to have children, even if you close up your tube, it doesn't matter. You could still host host the soul, okay? And there are souls that are through, but it does not have to manifest into a physical birth in 3D reality.
Wow.
As a woman, you need to be like on the pedestal as a goddess
Yeah.
because they are that powerful. Yes.
Yeah, I admire women as well. I mean, I'm in agreement, absolutely. Uh,
And
so,
it makes you look at why, for thousands of years, why our country, humanity, has focused on demolishing women, take away their power. their position, and it became a patriotic world globally. Why? Unless it's, some primitive country, tribes out in the, in forest, tropical forests or rainforest somewhere, and they practice honoring women. Okay, and they have also been endangered by the big corporate world to, access their land. Okay, so you have to look why our country, why our society, the whole world here is practicing patriotic society. Okay, it's because to ban women's power, because they know that they are powerful, having the ability, carrying the Stargate. Yes. Now we know, right? We don't need men sexually to perform in order to inseminate the eggs. We can also do transplant, artificial insemination for that
Okay.
process to take place. But still, as a woman, she's the one that delivers
Right.
the soul into earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, this is a very specific topic, and room for discussion would be here. I'm sure for many points of views, but it's very interesting and intriguing. Yeah, to learn about that view.
But not to say though, men are just as important, because it takes two, just like you saying negative and positive. There has to be a yin and a yang, a complementary of opposite energy. Because opposite energies, what it does, it promotes each other's to be actively working. You see, it synchronizes each other. It's a symbiotic type of energy. Okay, look at the yin and the yang side. If you look at it in the dark side, the heart of it is white. In the white side, the heart of it is black. The opposite of each other, in continuously moving energy. And energy is always in movement. Okay, it's never stabilized. Okay, as human being, as dense as we are light. We're just so dense that we could see, the skin and all of this that's happening, but we're still light in such a low movement in flow. That's why we're dense. Okay,
Yeah.
whereas compare that to air, clouds.
Yeah, and also, I mean, humans are animals certainly as well to a certain extent, but humans are really extraordinary in so far that they combine the energy and they have the love, they have compassion. I mean, they have everything which is needed, right?
Yes, but do they seek them? Not
That's
always.
yeah.
And some, like I said, have been mind control hijacked program. Okay, and so we have to break out of that. That is initially part of the cleaning stuff out of the closet, is to acknowledge that, do you have any implants? There are implants that can be implanted in your etheric field. Okay, and that is not on your physical. The extension of your physical is like there layers of energy field. Okay, and each of the layer constitute different things. So you want to be able to check that. And also, some people were born created to have physical implant in them. And part of what I do, is part of the lotus sessions that I provide, is that I go in and I clean out all the implants, unless there's certain one you want to keep, to keep your health functioning at a certain level. And but I always let people know, do you want to keep this or not? But I will tell you, right, being human being, you are that powerful. You can self-heal yourself. I self-heal myself from tuberculosis just by going in and set and meditate for 5 days. No food, no drugs, no energy healing, nothing. Just set and meditated 5 days, and I completely eradicated. Okay, because I was tested before and after by a doctor, X-ray and PPD on your skin. So those were the two methods that were used to detect my TB before and after my meditations. So you can literally heal yourself, and you can also manifest your own illnesses. most people who live with extensive amount of anger will love to store in the liver. The Chinese medicine have always said the liver is the anger organ. If you have problems with your liver, they're like, go in, check your psychology. How you feeling? What anger do you have? What resentment do you have for yourself and other people? And you need to go work on yourself. And that's part of the East philosophy in medicine is the holistic aspect of the mind, body, and spirit.
Now you come from this part anyways by birth, right? I mean, your family ties are Asian, Far East Asian. That is correct, right?
Southeast Asian, yes.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
true lineage is actually Chinese.
Yes.
Chinese. And my uncle, he's now in California. He took his family and his father, who lived to be 100 years old, back to China, and were able to connect with his family. And my uncle was he was a pharmacist when he was younger. And anyway, they left China because of the Japanese invaded China. But at the time when he was there, he remembered a lot of things, and he didn't leave when they were quite little. But anyhow, they were able to recover the family's books, 15 books of records that shows that we were actually the Chinese emperor lineage.
Yeah, you
Chinese
told me that.
emperor lineage, the
Well,
dragon
that's wow.
dragons. What that means is on the etheric, on the cosmic level, okay, on the cosmic level, there are beings of the dragon's lineage that their sole purpose is to take care of Earth. Okay, many of them have been born on Earth to help humanity. And many of the dragon's lineage have come to Asian countries to help unite the people to restore humanity. So you'll see a lot of times the king, the emperor of China, they always wear the dragon logo. Nobody can wear dragon prints. Only the emperor can wear the dragon. But as an empress, you don't wear the dragon. You wear the phoenix bird is the mate, the opposite of the dragon. But as we know, right, where does the dragons are reptilian, right? They're reptiles.
Right.
And bird came out from where? You see, eventually they're all the same family.
Yeah,
Okay.
and reptiles or reptilians are not looked upon mostly positively. I mean, there's a David Icke who's talking about reptilians, not.
Yeah, but there are different races of reptilians, and this dragon species, they're not bad. I mean, they united China, East Asia. I mean, take a look at Asia right now. I mean, look at how many warfares they have gone through just to unite the different tribes together. I mean, China was very, very powerful, even way back then, in ancient time. We're talking about 600 BC, even Christ. It was super powerful countries. They had the amazing the Navy fleet out in on their East Coast area, Korea, by Russia, super powerful fleets. Okay, and they have created gunpowder. The Chinese did,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
right? They were the one. They did the silk trade, spice. Okay,
So we have to differentiate between the different tribes and races and what have you.
yes, yes,
Yeah,
they're
this is
different. You
very
can't
important.
clump them together. Yes,
Okay.
and so and also just everything else is all about ascension process, and to get there, one has to go through the path of enlightenment, and there's different level of enlightenment. And what I mean by that is, let's say, you're trying to learn the lesson of love. So you learn about the heartbreak, what you do, what you should not do, learn the lesson of ultimately is about self-love. Once you discover that, it's like you move up to another level. Okay, it's like saying right now you're in fifth grade. You learn lesson of love, and you move up to the 6th grade. Now they give you a different lesson of love, and you have to be able to explore what truly love is. So they'll give you a different scenario, okay, and situation of how to love yourself. You see, ultimately, everything in life is all about love, acceptance. And I don't mean going out and buy yourself Gucci bags, Louis Vuitton purses. No, this is about you loving this heart chakra, embracing your soul and your divinity and your higher self so that you can connect yourself to prime creator source. That is the energy field that vibrates around 4 hertz,
Okay.
prime creator source.
Yeah.
And that energy allows you to float in that quantum field. Otherwise, you cannot connect.
So it's a matter of frequency, which you need to achieve in order to connect to your higher self or to higher ups, right?
That's right. Yeah, we're light. Light can be translated to frequency. Okay, different light color has different frequency.
Yeah.
So yes, so by that, vibrating on love frequency is where in the state of mind, body, and spirit exists at that frequency, and then it connect to the prime creator source. To go up to prime creator source, it's like you're leaving the earth. Your atmosphere's energy field is going to be different. It's going to be much lighter. And that energy field in prime creator source is around 428 hertz. Okay, so to get there, you got to transform your physical body, mind, body, spirit, all of it as one to vibrate on that level. Otherwise, you can't. Most people will pray, and sometimes they'll open up, and sometimes they can't. Just depends on how dedicated you are.
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah, I mean
transformation.
that's obviously a question of everybody who has not yet reached that level. I mean, how can I get there, and how do I do it right, and what are the sort of measures on the way to achievement?
Right. Well, I talked about, most people go and, see psychologists, could be 10 years and what have you, but you want to go really see someone who has the counseling ability and also intuitive and can read Akashic records. And I do provide that on my website at tnanohealingtools.com, and you can schedule that. And like I said, a lot of times we carry the ancestral karma with us, and it is our responsibility that we help clear that out, even though each one of us are already trying to solve that from past karmic life that we didn't even do, but ancestor. So we're like doing those things, but you can't do everything. We're talking about years of releasing, healing ancestral karmic stuff. And this information has been clearly hijacked, okay, deleted off from the Western culture. If you go to Eastern culture, it's called Buddhism. It is nothing but a technology that provides you the access, the ability, and teach one how to get rid of your karma.
So it is not a real religion as such. It is
I don't call
a
it a
higher technique.
religion.
Yeah, it's a
Yes, I
technique,
don't call it.
right?
Yes, I call it a religion. Okay, but in terms of this three reality, our society, language, vocabularies, we'll call it a religion. But I don't call it religion because they are what they are. The Buddha monks and the original Buddha, they're green and blue. They don't look quite as normal. And then, but they came from very high dimensional beings of planets, and their job is to help humanity with the ascension process. So they came to Earth, okay, and then of course man, decide to participate and then start hijacking some of the information and alter it, okay. But it's still the least amount of religion that has been hijacked compared to other mainstream religion that's out there. Well, one thing, I mean, you can still hear it text and it's out, publicly published in their Buddhist book is that it will tell you, Buddha say not to follow him, but you have Buddha in you. All of you have Buddha within you. Please don't worship me. Even Buddha say that.
Yeah.
To me, that's amazing, because he's telling you have it in you. Okay. Now, I myself have gone through my transformation, okay, and also being intuitive to be able to access at that level. I will honestly tell that what Buddha said is correct, because you do. As a human body, skin, suit technology, you have divinity within you. And for you to activate it, you can literally claim that right. And it's a very powerful tool, claiming your divinity code, because we are so contaminated by the illusion, fear porn, mind control, hijack our minds, food, name it, in all aspects. To overcome a lot of that, people are struggling. They're overwhelmed and living in fear and having anxiety. And I say to that is, you don't need to. All you have to do is claim, activate your divinity code, and you will see. You will literally see, it's like a light at the end of the tunnel shining in, and you can see how you can literally clear yourself away from a lot of these junk in your environment. Literally. Okay. If somebody trying to mind program you, nope, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. But that is only when you truly claim your divinity code. Okay.
Yes.
That's divinity. And it is in your heart. Each one of us, as long as you are a sentient human being, you have it. You have it within you. So there's no more fear.
Yeah, but the question which we all have, and I have every day when I do my work, because part of my work is to try to wake up people to become conscious. And why is it that so many people haven't discovered this yet? What is your point of view on that?
Discover which part, their divinity or the fact that they have karma?
Yeah, both. I mean, the whole lot,
Well,
if you want to.
karma has been hijacked. The information about self-healing and getting rid of karma has been hijacked. When I was doing radio show on Revolution Radio, I had a Russian head trainer for the Federal Security Bureau came on. We did a whole series on that, and I asked him, "What about karma?" He actually telling me, and this is like the guy, right, head of Federal Security Bureau, telling me that there is such thing as karma, and this guy very solid mentally, emotionally, physically, because I tried to shove him energetically, and he was based out in Moscow and I'm based out in San Diego, and I'm try to shove his energy. It's hard to shift him. This guy is strong. I mean, think about it. He trained people for mind control. Okay, so we kind of play energy back and forth in that, and he said that Western countries, people have definitely been taken away of the knowledge about ancestral karma. That knowledge has been taken away. Even he made this claim. Okay, I can't imagine what kind of training, knowledge, and background he's been exposed to be able to train, the the KGB about mind control.
Oh yeah.
Their secret agent for those things, interrogation and what have you, what else they do. And I mean, it's like, wow, what access information do you have? And he's telling me this is really fascinating. You see?
Absolutely. Yeah,
So
that's quite an experience.
yeah, it is quite an experience. And so in the Western culture, I mean, completely deleted off from us, from our program. But if you go to Eastern countries, that practice Buddhism, we always talk about that. You see, and then you have Christianity came, right? All those missionary who have been programmed, hijacked, came and convert, proselytize the Asian people and convert them to become Christianity. And that karma stuff is deleted as well. Now the people that still practice Buddhism will tell you they believe in karma, and they do go to temple. They do practice daily how to get rid of their karma. It's a daily life. That's why Asian people tend to be more very, very subtle in their personalities. They're a little bit more grounded in that aspect. Okay, and also on the physical level, their right brain, which is responsible for intuitive center and creative center, are much bigger and more developed than the Western people.
Yeah, yeah. Though, I mean, in earlier times when they, before they were really, mind controlled and hijacked and so forth, they had this grounding as well. I mean, all the northern, people here in Europe as well. I mean, they were pretty much connected with gods and what have you. I mean, with all the spiritual things. So this has been changed by some entity, right?
Yes,
over the time.
that is true. That is true. That is true. So we have to go within ourselves. See, even if you've been hijacked, like a walk-in, that means an ET come in, take possession of your body, okay? You could still within yourself, divinity, activate that and say, I don't want you here anymore. You have that right. Until people realize how much rights and power that they have, claiming their own sovereignty. Until then, they can be taken over. Another thing I advise people is be careful of all the drugs that they're taking. Some people, they wanted to experience peyote, ayahuasca. I do not recommend. And if you're going to do it, make sure you have the utmost trusting shaman to create protection. Because what happens is when you take these drugs, it knocks you out. You're blacked out completely. Okay, if you will get to that point. So the bad shaman can come in and literally hijack your DNA, your body, your soul, whatever it is. They can hijack you, deconstruct you. They can do all sorts of things. Okay, because I have done work on some of those people. It's not fun. It's not
Yeah.
fun at all. Yeah, it's serious issues. So on that note, stay away from all that drug stuff, and it doesn't help. The true path of it is to literally have the courage to go into that closet, make a list, do your journal, what it is you're dealing with, go see someone who's intuitive, a good, okay, get your healing. Now, part of what I also do is called Lotus healing, and that is I take out your implants, because a lot of times, we want to do something, we want to heal ourselves, we try to take the action, but it could never be resolved because you keep going back and do the bad things. That's called karma. So I help you deconstruct your body matrix. I called upon all your soul, because we have multiple soul in different dimensions. I call of that. Some people call it soul reading, whatever you want to call it. I don't like to label, I like to describe. Okay, so I call them on, and then I worked on them on you, and then I called your present technology that has a DNA lineage. I call that too in this lifetime. Then I work to deconstruct you on the cellular level so be more stabilized. Then I give you homework to practice, and homework is easy, very, very easy and simple as a way to maintenance, because as life happens daily, we're continuously being bombarded with all the negativity, the energy frequency that's been in the air, you know what I mean? Cell phone, all the programming, all of that, we have to maintain. It's a daily maintenance. Just as daily, you got to go brush your teeth, shower, comb your hair. Okay, you have to change your life and make that as part of it. Okay, because we don't live in, the most off-grid, nicest. And so we have to come up with solutions to facilitate the challenges. And that's okay. It's actually, I see it as a good practice. It can only make you a stronger person.
Yeah.
Sharpening your knives, right?
Yes.
Think of it that way. You'll be ready. When things come, you'll be ready. You'll be ready to face any challenges. You see?
Yeah, I mean, this would be so important for everybody of us because we are facing daily pressures and daily attacks. So it would
Yes.
be fantastic if we all have a technique, or we all, able to compensate this, or to fight against this, or to defend yourself, right?
Yeah, exactly. And we're okay, we're approaching, and so okay, I want to make sure that I have time to do a quick like healing demonstration for you, and then we can and then you can also describe the feeling before, during, and after you feel. Now, if you don't feel anything, that's okay, because not everyone is sensitive. Feel
Yeah.
free to update, us on your journey in your transformation period. Okay.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful. We will be going into a quick break on top of the hour, right? And after that, we could start with that if you like to,
Okay,
uh,
sounds great.
like a guinea pig. You want to use me as a guinea pig, or?
Yes, only if I have your permission.
Oh yeah, of course. Why not? I mean, we have to get used to it, and then I need all power I can get, and I need to be strong.
Yeah, we're all here for each other.
Right. So, and this is actually, I'm recognizing this. Every day people are waking up to this issue, and are interested in themselves, and in getting to the truth, and what have you. So it's the right time, isn't it?
It is the right time, and I've been working on the galactic level to help make that possible. And we'll go more in depth into that when we come back. What the other part of what I do besides in this 3D reality in terms of providing the healing. I also provide ancestral karmic healing. Okay, so in your body skin suit technology, your lineage, your parents, that's the body skin suit technology, ancestral karmic healing. Then on your soul level, which is a clone of you, has its own lineage karma. For example, okay, let's say you're Swedish, right? But then you remember vividly in your past lifetime you were an Asian woman working on the rice field. Now how
Yeah, that is
you, you know
quite a difference, isn't it?
exactly, it's rather opposite.
Yeah,
I mean, how can you be blue eyes now and you're like Asian woman? How's that possible? There's no lineage DNA connection there. That's why the soul level has its own DNA. Okay. And that's also an ancestral karmic release that you have to perform, because the soul picks the body. You
yeah,
see, the soul
yeah.
picks the body. Okay.
Okay.
And the body is from your DNA lineage. So you have to work on sides. And that's where I come in. And I do the ceremonies once or twice a month,
Yeah,
and then there are form that you filled out. Yes, and there's 3 levels that one perform. And the general one is like anybody can fill out. You include your dogs, you can include your property. And many times, now with modern construction, they built on grave sites. There been war that people die and buried in on the land, and we build on their land, sacred land, you see. So it is proper that instead of Archangel Michael and get rid of it like, normal light workers or shaman would do. No, we don't do that. We literally provide healing and blessing and help them with the transitioning. You don't come in and zap them and kill them. That's unethical. They're stuck because they're stuck and they need help. Just as when we, in our turn, when we were suffering or when we made mistake in our lives, we need that salvation for ourselves as well. You see, that's divinity code, a practicing love, compassion, and forgiveness.
okay. And people can contact you if they're interested in this healing process and learn more about it. Can you say your contact address again?
Yes,
Your website?
my website that I finished building is called Nano Healing Tools, TNANO Healing Tools with the S.com. And you'll find updates on radio, some of my archives, updates and testimonials, products that's on there. And what else do I have? Videos, demonstration videos of how to use the products and the product descriptions. And I even have for pets because, pets are just very close to humans. So we have to take care of them. And part of our pets is family members too. So most people mistreat animals, and that's a really a shame.
Okay.
So I provide healing tools for animal, and they love Tina No. Children, animals, and plants love my product because
Wow.
it's high frequency. Yeah, when I walk around, I can go to store, go to public places, and there'll be like physically abused dog, cat that are super afraid of people, will not come out to talk to, greet anybody, but they'll come to me and they'll rub their side against my leg, pet me, healed me. So it's the cutest thing, and I love that. So animal do
Wonderful.
gravitates towards a high frequency, clean energy. And the more you wear the product, like I said, it will convert your energy field to higher frequency. And it's another tool to help support when we're going through the transformation. It's not easy having to deal with your own closet, shame, ego, doubt, guilt. It's not always fun. So having a tool to constantly help you open up your heart chakra, it makes it much more healing with grace, ease and grace, and
Yeah.
stabilize you energetically and emotionally. Yes,
Yeah.
stabilize you.
Yeah, we'll learn a bit more on in the next hour. So we're going in a quick break here, and we'll see you right after this music here by Puri Landscape. So stay tuned. This is Detlev of Wake News Radio. We're in the midst of the UNITEDWESTRIKE Radio-Marathon.
Join UNITEDWESTRIKE.com radio on the second Saturday of every month for our live international radio marathon. Don't buy, don't comply, ask why. You're listening to the International Community Radio Network.
Yes, this is Detlev of Wake News Radio, Wake News TV on our United We Strike Radio Marathon, which is taking place every second Saturday in a month. And we have a great guest here today, which is Nickie Thetsy. She is an expert in terms of explaining to us ways for the ascension and healing of our souls and our living and healing tools, so to say. And we have already started in the first hour of this broadcast that she explained to us vital basic things, and she has a surprise for everybody of us, especially for me, during the second hour of this show. She actually wants to use me. Well, actually, I'm looking forward to that. To heal myself. Let's see how this could potentially work. Maybe it doesn't. So don't expect too much. We'll see. Okay, Nickie, are you there?
Hi, thank you for having me back.
Yeah, Nickie, we had a wonderful first hour with you explaining all this tremendous stuff, which is very new for many people. Some are always very advanced, so all those people we cannot teach anything, right? But there are people who are anxious to know what can we do in order to get to the second or next level. Let's put it this way. Maybe there are more levels which we can achieve, and so-called Ascension preparation and healing tools, because you explained to us that we have been hijacked, right? Or many of us.
Yes.
And
hijacked, programmed as well.
And mind controlled and what have you. So there's a lot of dirt, a lot of stuff in the closet, and we have to clean this before we are able to make this next step, right?
Yes, that is correct. And I talked about clean your closet. That would be the first step. And that cleaning closet, there are 4 aspects, okay, of healing: emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual. The physical aspect, one must change the diet. Okay, my favorite is, I call it the 60-40. That's 60% vegetarian and also 40% whatever you wanted to eat. Okay, so you can eat rabbit, kangaroo, horse, whatever it is you feel like you want to eat. But the key here is always, always pray. Pray and send blessing and gratitude for the food that you're about to partake. Sending the energy into the food that you're about to take will activate the energy field for that food before you consume. And then it goes into your body, and your body now has a higher frequency. Okay, so consider that. That's why many religions pray for food. So it makes sense. There's a lot of things that religion we can look at, can learn from, because it is actually quite true. We don't know why we pray or do certain things, but it's because about sending the intention of high frequency of love, okay, into that before we take in. And that is important because our body is made out of energy. Therefore, whatever energy you send out and receive it back in, it's going to be at that frequency. Okay, so going to become vegetarian, and my website at tinanohealingtools.com provide a free galactic juice recipe that anyone can try and use, and that will help increase your frequency as well. And healing from the physical, and then emotional. The emotional, that's where you have to really go in and analyze, why am I feeling this way? Is there a love, or what is it that I really need? What's the lesson in this? And it's a lot of times the emotional is where one cannot explain, the feeling of love or the insecurity. Now the mental is where the analytics comes in. This is where that's 1 + 1 = 2, or 1 + 1 = 11. You see, so one has to be able to decipher the logistic aspect of what is really makes sense. Many times people will say, okay, I got to go brush my teeth, and I'm going to use regular toothpaste that has fluoride. right? And fluoride does work. It gets rid of the plaque. But the side effect of that, however, is that it actually calcifies your pineal gland. See, this is called the mental information. So you have to take care of that and to filter out, okay, so I have been programmed in this society, okay, that using regular toothpaste will get rid and plaque and keep my mouth nice and clean. When in fact it doesn't. You can use baking soda and some other things, okay, to clean your teeth and get rid of plaque. Okay, so you deprogram yourself in that mental aspect. And then the spiritual aspect is the belief system. Do you actually believe something that is beyond? You know, if Jesus exists, then who created Jesus? Who created Buddha? There must be energy that is beyond them. And that's the prime creator source, that all things that is that create is the creator of all things, you see? So you can go beyond that. And some people do not believe in God. And some people are devout, religious, okay, believing and practicing, but their heart is not open to anything else. Okay, so all of those things have to be explored. Yes, all of those have to be explored. And it takes a process, because if it's taken you 20, 30 years to learn what God is or how to love yourself, okay, some people love themselves by eating chocolate ice cream to help them feel better, or go and have endless sex to help them satisfy them to feel love, or go and buy material things to make them satisfy them. That's called being materialistic. You see, they have to deprogram all of that and learn that the true loves come from within, and honoring your yourself as a physical 3D reality body, skin suit technology, your soul, and then your divinity. That's where the love has to come from. Okay. I
Well,
call it the threesome experience. Having the threesome experience, because you really can reflect on yourself and look, where am I at this point? And as you claim each of those levels, you will transcend higher and higher and reach different levels of enlightenment and ascension. And that also comes with gifts, great gifts, as you move up higher. Those gifts may include receiving messages from different dimension, from beings, maybe from your guides or your divinity or the source, prime creator source. It could mean your ability to hear or see. I myself can look up in the clear blue sky and see the earth grid. I could see energy moving in constant movement. And I have sensitive ears. So anything I hear, I know. I can listen to music I never heard of, like in instrumental, not into lyrics. Lyrical words of music can be also mind control. So I tend to stay away from that. But instrumental is not bad, and I prefer staying with the Baroque. And it's supposed to help sort out and balance the brain waves. Okay, the harmonic sequencing can help you with that. So you wanted to find things, expose yourself in the environment that is conducive to your restoration, healing yourself as you deprogram some other negative stuff. And then of course, like I said, get the T nano tools. Wearing it is just super easy. I mean, it just helps you. It's the way of the shortcut. You see, I've lived through watching people suffer, including myself, and I feel humanity's pain. And I say to that is, no, this is the time, the prophecy, the Mayan prophecy, Edward Casey, they all talked about this prophecy of this time right now. And that time is here and now. And that means we don't have to suffer anymore. We're all free. We are all free. I went up and worked on the galactic level to be able to free us from dream time. Many of our dream time has been hijacked by other races out there in this galaxy, and because they hijack that and our also negative energy, because that's what they want. They want us to create negative energy, and then they harness it to create something else. Okay, so they use it to create. What they want to do is called the archons, are the ultimate source that are responsible, and they the one that wanted to create prime creator, their own version of the prime creator. The true prime creator is in balance of neutrality, and you have the negative and positive constantly being in neutrality, but it has to be in balance. But the archon came and said, nope, we're going to make it more negative because we want to take over. And their ultimate goal is to destroy this galaxy, because they themselves cannot ascend. Okay, they cannot return home to the prime creator. So they want to destroy everything that exists. It's a huge resentment. And they are the reptilians, the true reptilians from that, which is
Though,
different from dragons.
yeah.
Different.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Want to make sure that's clarified.
Yes.
So the ascension process, heal yourself, deprogram, taking care of the emotional, mental, spiritual, and physical, and you need all the support you can get. And then, like I said, go get your Akashic record read and do all of that. What's your mind? What's your thoughts? What's your actions? Okay, the mind goes and where the energy goes, you see? So if your mind is on, okay, I want to go and create drama, then you're going to go and create drama eventually. So every time you catch yourself, it's about being conscious, actively conscious. Okay, if you catch yourself, then say, okay, let's not think about that. Let's not think about that. Keep pulling yourself, and eventually you'll overcome it. Okay, but there are keys to help alleviate a lot of these self-healing process to make it easier. Is one, go get someone intuitive that can provide the healing, help you do the healing, because there are things that we cannot control and that we cannot heal ourselves fast enough, because we have so much ancestral karma with us at many levels that we need help, and it's okay to get assistance. Second, get the T9 healing tools to help you sustain your energy, keep your heart chakra open, to be able to tune in and get there fast. It also, another thing that it does, it helps you with meditation. And it's a great way to go in. You put it on your third eye, and then you will go into shamanic stage, which is your theta brainwave shift from alpha and beta. Okay, you will literally shift into theta, which is a deep, like a dream time, but you're conscious. You're fully conscious of it. Okay, and you can literally go in there and do healing. You hear people talk about, can you change the future? Yes, and I don't mean at the conscious level, like you're with your wide eye open. This is when you can do it in a dream time. Once you mastered it, your conscious life, where you're on theta and beta brainwave, will become more theta. You literally are like walking in your dream. You can interact in 3D reality and still fully functioning in a dream time all at the same time. They merge. That's what will happen eventually when you mastered it. Until then, you're still going to go in your dream time, go into meditation. You'll see the future. You can change the future just by going into that quantum field. And the T-Nano helps you get you there fast. Now, I also create cones. The cones help with exorcism as well. A lot of times the cones are used to help with the dragon ley lines. There are earth grid all over the world and chakras. And let me see, I'm trying to think, there's one by you guys. There's one in UK, okay, Glastonbury. That is the Mother Earth heart chakra that exists. Okay, the heart chakra is crucial. If that line has been contaminated, as you know, many of the churches have been built upon the ley line, because what they do is they control that, suck on the energy and control it. okay, to do manipulate, mind control program, whatever you want to call. And then so part of my team, what we do is we go out there to all those heart chakra and ley line, and we take the cones and we program it, and then we filter the energy. As soon as we did that, now the banking system is not harnessing all these negative energies anymore and use it at their own will upon and force it upon the people. They cannot. See, ley line is energy. It's a huge energy generator that's coming, and all they're doing is harnessing it and use it to their advantage to control all of us. So what we want to do is we go in there and we filter the energy out, and then they have no control because now the energy is pure. It's pure energy. And it's a great way of fighting back. If you want to stand up and make a difference, it's a great way to fight back to the system rather than, bring your picket fence. And there are many different ways how we can retaliate against the dark forces. Okay? There are many, many ways. You can go and become a lawyer and fight them at that level. You can, picket, picket fence, whatever, with your sign and all of that. We don't have to vote for them, things like that. Or you can work on energetically. But before you do that, make sure you get your karma cleansed too, because anything that you work with, the energy becomes part of you. So you literally will inject your energy into the system. So you have to be careful with that. And can they actually identify your energy? Yes, energy is just like fingerprint. So anything you work with, they'll find you, and all of a sudden you'll be like, "Huh? I got a court order to do what? I have a tax I haven't paid for $10,000. Where's this coming from?" You'll get papers like that, and you're like, "Whoa, this is really weird." You'll get stuff like that coming through your mail because they can identify you. Any of your names on the contract, banking system, school, debts, car ID, license, passport, name it. You're in the system. Your name gives off power, fingerprints of power, and they can literally identify that, buy that, and pick you out and then target you. It has happened many, many times to many people. Okay, so the way to clear that is go get your karmic cleanse. So at least they won't be able to identify who you are. Okay, and there's 3 different levels for your advancement for that. And the cones, like I said, you can do, if you have, I had a client one time, not my client at the time, but we went to this big conference, and she is, her name is Christina, and she has she was a 13 generation of Masonic family. They used her, to do all sorts of ceremonies, and for the life of her, she cannot remember what she did as a child. But of course, I can tune into that, and I saw. So when I saw her 5 foot away from me, she was and literally had 3 ancient demonic possession. 3 of them possessed. I don't know how you can do that, but to see it in front of me 5 foot away, it was like amazing for me. And she walked into my sacred equilateral triangle that I created using the T nanotechnology, and literally she fainted right in the triangle. And this was out in the public, in the foyer, literally on the ground. Okay, and she could not get up, cannot get up. And I'm standing there 5 foot away, and I'm watching all it because it was just crowded, very, very crowded place with a lot of people. And I had a table there, a booth, where I was doing my work. And I'm looking and I'm like, okay, I see 3 demons trying to get back to her body. And it said, I can't get in right now because too many powerful healers. So the actual demons actually left her body. It did not dare to come back. And then Laura Eisenhower, the granddaughter of Eisenhower herself, was there, and she took care of her, and her partner, Dr. Dream, was there, and they were taking care of her. She was doing tarot cards reading, and she picked out the tarot cards. 3 of them all came out demons, demons, demons. So it was very, very interesting to watch and how powerful this is. And what it does is it breaks away from the tradition of how does one perform exorcism. Most exorcism is performed by shamans, and also by Catholic priests, right? That's still a hush-hush thing. And so that's the mainstream. How does one perform exorcism? But you don't need that anymore. It's not necessary. You can just do it just by wearing the technology itself, and you'll be fine. It will not come back. As long as you're wearing it, it will not come back and repossess the human physical body. It's not just demons, Satans. We're talking about including entities, lower form of entities can also take possessions of human. I have seen it.
Yeah, can you really see and identify them? I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
hmm Yes, I can see with my eyes.
hmm
hmm
Wow. Yes, that's an interesting. I mean, that's another show again, just to talk about this and to discuss all these different things. Yeah, I mean, this is amazing. But we cannot cover everything obviously today. But it gives you good insight of what your experiences are and what is necessary to do really if you have the ambition to ascend, right?
Yes. Yes.
Is this
And
an ambition or is this a fate? I mean, is this
ambition
something?
or faith.
Yeah, I mean,
It
is this
is within
something which?
self. No, it
Sorry.
is within own. It is within your own knowledge.
hmm
You have that inner feeling like you just know it. There's no explanation. There's no motivation behind it, and it's illogical. Makes no
hmm
absolute sense. That's what's called the inner knowing.
hmm
Okay, that inner knowing is very powerful. It comes from the heart. It comes from the source.
Right.
Remember, because we are a divinity, we're still connected. You still have it. Most of it needs to be activated and also need to expand that divinity. And once you're expanded and you're healed and your karma is clean and cleansed, you're present just by being yourself. You could be on the phone calling someone, they will feel your energy. It's that powerful. You can walk into a room full of all the negative people, you can override their energies because you are that clean. It's super powerful energy divinity code. Why do you think the dark forces are working so diligently hard to try to shut our third eye, shut our heart chakra, shut our divinity? Fluorinated water, GMO food, toxic chemical in our food, water, lie to us, hijack information about sacred feminine, sacred masculine, about a woman being a stargate holder. You see, why are they doing all of this? Why are they taking all this information away from us? Power, control. Because when we activate and claim our sovereignty as a divinity, they're in trouble. They cannot control you. They cannot control you once you claim. So all the fear porn of LED lights and mind program control and this, it doesn't phase you anymore because you are the weapon that they're so afraid of. And many people cannot and will not be able to accept knowing how powerful they are because they fear. The fear has been installed, programmed within us in the society that if we have so much power, we don't know what to do with it. Having the power within of your own divinity does not mean you can go and control the world, cause destruction. The power is for you to be able to ascend, return back to Prime Creator. It is never for you to be used to harm other people, society, cause destruction, or personal gain. It's purely for you to return back to the source. But of course, on the side of that, once you hit that level, you can manifest pretty much anything you want. And manifest, you don't need a rituals. You just blink of an eye and it works. You don't need to have avatar skills. You don't need to be chanting spells. No, none of that.
Yeah, and
Divinity is that powerful.
yeah, but you need to recharge once in a while.
Recharge.
Yeah, I mean, if you are not only using your power for the Ascension purpose, but also try to influence things on Earth as well, will you have to recharge or?
No, no. Okay, I'm not quite sure the question, but I can say that no matter what happened, it's all about maintenance. Maintenance, just like we have to eat every day, we have to shower, we have to brush our hair, brush our teeth. So part of eating is recharging the physical body. You still have to take care of the physical body, even though you reach certain level of enlightenment and also integration on a higher level for ascension. You still need to take care of it because we're light. Okay. Now, and also because we exist on Earth, the gravity will take a toll. There are those I call breatharian. They don't eat and all they do is breathe and they go to the sun and they absorb the energy from the sun. Okay, they do that for maybe 5-10 years and then they stop. It's called gravity. Gravity, the natural law will kick in. They will still have to start eating something. It could be water or just vegetable, whatever, a leaf. Eventually they're going to have to. So you have to always maintenance, restoring the physical body. And yes, and this is definitely another show. You have to take care of your adrenal, thyroid, taking iodine, and like I said, your adrenal glands. Those two are the most important powerhouse. Okay.
Okay.
This is where the Korean moms they have rituals that they perform. What they do is they capture like a virgin and they'll petrify their victims and then they slaughter them and drink the blood. Okay, so what they're doing is they drinking the endocrines. The blood goes into the bloodstream and they'll drink, and that is the energy that they use to maintain their human figure because they ship shape. That's the energy. And now on the scientific aspect, okay, because I also do holistic practice, and is that now I'm not a doctor, so and I can't give medical advice, but on that note, on the scientific aspect, they will tell you that the key to longevity is not about just running or exercising and eating good health. No, it's about taking care of your endocrine system. Okay, the endocrine system is the key to longevity. You want to live longer, stay healthy. You want to have no wrinkle on your face. You have to take care of your endocrine system. That is why the Queen Mom and the Illuminati, the Masonic, they perform blood drinking as well to drink the endocrine to be able to sustain the human figure, ship-shaping from reptilian to human figure. Okay, as a human, you can ship shape, by the way. It takes energy to create energy. Okay, takes energy. Now the T nano product, we have been tested this by a Russian doctor out in New York. And we need to have a record of this to show to the public. Okay, but it's been done and tested, just waiting for the actual paperwork. Is that the T nano was tested, and what it does is it normalizes the human body, and it also promote stabilization and production of your endocrine system. That's powerful, know that. So now when you're wearing the T nano, you can use that energy and shape yourself into anything you want to be. So you can change your body into dragons and be in, and I'm not talking about just the physical, I'm talking about also in the etheric form, But the body has to go through a lot of integration and changes, transformation before gets there. But the etheric transformation is massive. Okay, I'll share an experience with you. Many years ago, I was ship-shaping to dragons, from white dragons to green dragons, name it. And then the next day, I went to a Native American Indian powwow out here in San Diego. It was like a 45 minutes drive from where I reside. And I've never been to one. And I met this amazing man who was a chief. Beautiful, gorgeous, just like he came out from the movie. Long hair, beautiful, beautiful man. And I look at him and I'm like, wow, this is weird. And he looked at me and he's like, this is weird. Like, we know each other. And then we got to talking a little bit and we did the Native American Indian handshake, not your hand to hand. It's more like a arm to arm kind of deal. And then so we were talking in a little bit and he was basically explaining to me, Nickie, before I met you, he said to me, I had a vision and I saw the shamanic woman riding on the head of a dragon. Does that mean anything to you? And I'm like, oh my God, how does this guy know? We never met or spoken. And here I am at this Native American powwow, and I'm connected to this guy. And he had a vision. Okay. Now I didn't see him in my vision, but apparently because he and the energy that he works with, he could see me. Okay. He could see his own future while I was playing, body shifting. So he saw me as a dragon riding on the head of a dragon. So that
Wow.
was his own prophecy. Yeah, we were completely in alignment. It was like, wow, this is really weird. And when I was there, let me tell you, I was not grounded. That's when I did not have my technology yet. I was not grounded. So when I'm walking around on the field where they had, the events, I was tripping left and right, getting lost. I didn't know from my left hand to my right hand turn because I was not grounded. I was way up high in some dimensions I don't even know. Okay, and that's not safe. The point here is it's not safe to do that. With the T nano, it actually grounds you. You can feel your feet on the ground. You're conscious of what's around you. At the same time, you can see. You could be in fifth, seventh dimension and be grounded and receive the message. Do your sensitive work, okay, while you're safe on the ground. That's very important to know. Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's lots of tasks which we are, which we are giving. All right. Yeah. Well,
Okay,
that's
so
that's it.
shall we start right now? So I want to make sure I have enough time to do some
Yeah.
quick demonstration for you.
Yeah. We've got about 20 minutes up to the top of the hour. Is that sufficient time?
Yeah, that'll be plenty. And then
Okay.
you can ask questions too, and maybe you'll see stuff.
So I have to take off my glasses.
No, it's
No, that's
okay.
fine.
As
Okay.
long as you're lean back and kind of roll your shoulders back a
All
couple
right.
times, both shoulder, because you're very tense right now. You're
Yes.
very tense.
That's
And I
okay.
want you to breathe. Your chest is very tight.
Right.
Very, very tight. Can you breathe a little bit more? And that's something you probably wanted to do is practice breathing, okay? Because you're
Yeah.
not getting enough oxygen into your body.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I want you to place your left hand over your heart and place your right hand with the pinky touching your belly button. And just breathe from your nose. Push it down to your belly button and gently exhale through your mouth.
Yes.
Okay. Now I want you to notice what you notice right now. From head all the way to your toe. Is there any pain, tightness anywhere? And I already described like your chest. Okay, it's very tight. Very, very tight. Do you smoke?
No.
Okay. Should be able to expand more that lungs of your. When you have more expansion of your lung, that means you allow more oxygen to come in, expanding, allowing you to expand your energy field too.
Okay.
And your cell needs oxygen. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Okay, you feel anything head to toe? And one thing during the process, you might see images or sound or feeling or words that might come to you. And there's no wrong or right. It is what it is. Okay. And some of the physical feeling sensation you may feel is tingling, cold, warm, pressure. You could feel like energy moving in your body, like maybe something tight on your left shoulder and then move to your stomach or your legs. Okay. So those are things you want to watch for.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Just breathe. Do I have a permission to help you transform your body?
Sure.
Thank you. You have a lot of implants. I'm clearing all the implants for you. A lot of it in your etheric field.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say half a mile wide in your etheric field has implants. I'm clearing it all out for you.
Thank you.
Do you feel anything in the like your chest area, your stomach?
It's a little lighter.
Mm-hmm. How about your back?
Mm-hmm. Can't feel anything there.
Mm-hmm. Your lower chakras, like your root.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the root chakra is? It's kind of like right where above your bladder.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, can't feel anything there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and this is also for our listeners out there. If they would tune in, okay, they can literally get healing from this just by listening to the show as well. There'll be a lot of activations going on as they're listening to the show and when I'm performing this healing process.
Mm-hmm.
How about your head? What does it feel?
Well, less stuff in there
Yeah,
than
you have
before.
really dense energy around you. So now there'll be more lighter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all the Illuminati dominant insane minority which is working on me all the time.
Okay, I'm also sending a troop of 50 archangels. Michael, God knows why. You need a lot. So I'm not even gonna look. Okay.
Don't
50.
even.
I've never asked, never in my life have asked for 50 archangels Michael as a troop to come for assistance during the transformation before. You're the first.
Wow.
Okay. Would you like me to tune in? I say that
Sure.
because I haven't looked. Would you like me to literally tune in and tell you why you need 50? What is going on in your life?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, Detlev. What do you have around you? What have you been doing?
Oh dear.
Okay,
Fighting.
so tuning in. Um, okay, I see military complex. Some of them, the super soldiers are around you.
Mm.
Okay, they are monitoring you.
Yes.
You have all sorts informations coming out from Russia, Germany, UK, lots from UK. That's coming at you. Um, where are all my other super soldier I'm picking up? Um, you have some from US too,
Mm.
okay? But mainly right now I'm picking up a lot of from UK. Right now they're entering the field right now. I'm seeing them and they're not happy. I just cleared it for you. They're not happy with what I just did for you,
Good.
clearing all of that out.
Heavy
Okay.
stock.
So yeah, and you got the Russian super soldiers monitoring you as well. Um, okay, so I'm looking at some of the weapons that they're using. Okay, they
Mm.
literally built this what I call like a monster super soldier. They're not human. It's more like an entity. It's like saying you're training the German Shepherd dogs to go and attack the enemy. Think
Oh
of it
yeah.
that way.
Mm.
Okay, and this is what I'm seeing that they created, and
Mm.
they using it for to attack for your attack.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, they're sending that towards me right now to attack me, but
Oh,
it's okay.
are
It's
you
not
strong
necessary.
enough? Pull out your
Yeah, I just
dragon.
transmuted. I just transmuted.
Mm.
Anything that comes to attack me with end destruction or warfare will transmute into roses. I
Wow.
love roses. I
Oh.
don't need to send them warfare. I don't need to send a nuke weapon of mass destruction. Can I do it? Yes, I have done it, but I don't. It's not necessary.
Mm.
Just transmute it. Okay.
So evil
I'm not here
forces are
to
working.
destroy. Yeah, I'm not here to destroy. I'm here
Mm.
to transmute and help transcend
Mm.
all conscious being, whether it's robot or it doesn't matter.
Mm.
Okay, and there are beings that were created to process and work at that level, but as long as they hold the human skin suit technology, they can be activated, even though they work like a robot. And they're here to destroy. That's already been in place. That's already been going on, but we're gonna transmute it. It's okay. No need to worry. All of us, each one of us, are all responsible to take care of Mother Earth. You know,
Mm.
as she is our mother, we have to take care of her. We have to take care of ourselves to help ourselves also help with the ascension process.
Mm.
So by taking that responsibility, you know, as we just have to tune into our divinity, that's all you have to do. And then a lot of things will be transmuted. This divinity code.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, feel positive. So there will be lots of great changes.
Hmm. Yeah.
Those Brits, they just
Are you familiar with anything that you're doing that they would have this on you?
yeah. I mean, I'm fighting against them. I'm sort of destroying the matrix. Yeah, from my station here. They don't like that.
Yeah, I'm still cleaning you up and I'm doing some work on you right now.
Mm.
If you just give me a moment. And for those of you who are intuitive, can definitely tune in. Some of you can actually see what I'm doing without me verbalizing it.
So even the Russians are on me, huh?
Yeah, Russian included. Yeah. For some reason, you have the super soldiers all around you. Lots of super soldiers.
So I'm a threat for them.
Yes, you're a threat to them.
Mm.
They also have used you for manipulation of information process as well. So I'm setting that clear that you cannot be used for that. You're only here to be used for the highest ascension of humanity. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That's divinity code.
Good. Yeah, I had lots of interferences here in my radio shows recently, so they definitely try to mess up.
Yeah, I'm actually really going into your cyberspace right now, and all your Wi-Fi, all the wiring connections. Yeah, on your main hub. Do you know where your main hub is?
Yes.
Okay, what I want you to do is there's a couple things you can do to retaliate back. Basically, we're going to transmute the energy. First, you get a Ziploc bag and put a lot of salt in it, and you're going to place it right next to that hub. Okay? And then you're going to send back. So you're going to clean out this hub. Second, okay, what you're going to do is you can take any of my technology and place it next to it or place it by your computer. You're going to, every time they attack you, they're going to get back. Think of it like a automatic response email.
Hey, that's a good one. I like that.
Automatic response email. Every time they attack you, the energy is going to clear, and they're going to give this most beautiful, amazingly powerful energy come back at them to say, hello. So
That's a
feel
good
free to
idea.
get the cone, sit
Yeah.
next to your computer, put it next to the hub, because I think you have several, right? You have several other computers networked to you too. So you may want to put at the hub. And if I were you personally, I put it on my computer too, because I'm doing both.
Yeah.
And you put the my cone next to it, to the hub, and it'll send out. Literally, will send out. So see, you don't have to do any work. It's already automatically done for you. Easy button, right? Why should we have the energy that anyone should be focusing on is cleaning their closet to help themselves for the ascension. Okay, because we can go out and fight the banking system. We could go and fight the government and all this, but it's not going to allow you for the ascension. And this is why distraction is not good for us. If we can focus on ourselves, a lot of that banking system and all that will dissipate eventually. Okay, they need people to do the work, and if the people who retaliate and not participating, they can't have no control, especially when one already claimed their divinity. Okay, so the energy that you preserve as much as you can, use it for your healing, use it for your transformation, because you're going to need it. And then right, and then so you use the tools that is created to help fight against whatever that is coming to attack you.
Yes.
You see, that's, to me, that's smart. Easy button.
Yeah, so well, I need your cones then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would really help. I have people order the cones and use it different parts of the world to clean up, and I'm going to tell you a lot of changes. Lots of changes that I don't know, hopefully there are listeners out there, you can feel the energy around you, like go outside and just feel, it should be less dense now because the old matrix is already down. It just has to be cleared up, cleaned up, kind of like dusting off the residue, shall we say. Okay, and then the new one will be built, and it's going to be the golden matrix. Golden because it's divinity. It will be built upon divinity codes. And that is living with heart wisdom in love and light so that one can practice love, compassion, and forgiveness.
Wow.
So that all conscious being have the rights to exist for the ultimate ascension, returning home to Prime Creator. I have a video on my website that I co-created, and I did the choreograph, picked the images, everything, and the wordings. So take a look at that. My website is tnanohealingtools.com, and it's called Divine Intervention. Take a look at that. The theme music is by Gladiator. It's called You Are Now Free. See, before people were trapped, their dream were stolen, hijacked. They were instigated, mind program hijacked to continuously be in the negative field. So then their negative energy will be harnessed. But all of that is resolved. You see, there's no more control. So you're now free. There has been a divine intervention. So they're free. All of you are free to have the ability to choose using your free will without distortion.
Mm.
This is part of the ascension process.
Wow.
The ascension process cannot be stopped. If you go to NASA, you'll see, like I said, the Earth has tilted. That means it's shifting the energy already.
Yeah.
We are all being affected. Plus, the sun going to flip. So that's the solar flare that's also going to affect us. All the electromagnetic field, electrical devices will all go crazy. Okay, so you can feel it. And if we are electricity, we are made of electricity, we're energy. So it's going to affect us
Mm.
in all aspects on the human body.
Great.
Okay, so it's
Wow.
not stoppable.
Yes. Well, I feel less attacked right now.
Good.
And I've got comments here on my chat room already. In German though, but
What does it
so
say?
well, that you're really doing me here. Things like
Yeah.
that.
So okay, so do you feel lighter? How does it feel head to toe?
Yeah, I think and also know your enemy. I mean, I'm now you confirmed what I always sort of expected, but it is that it would be that much I didn't realize. So
Yeah.
it's
It's not
good
just the
information.
military, not just the military. What they've done also, they basically harness a lot of certain groups that believe in the military complex.
Mhm.
Like individual group of people,
Yeah,
that do metaphysics, lie to them, hijack them, and use them, and they constantly like monitoring you and sending out negative energy towards you.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I've got lots of those sort of police people who like to fight with me,
Hmm.
things like that.
Yeah.
Well, I usually
Yeah.
fight back.
Yeah. Well, once you claim your divinity code, it's different. It's different. You're only claiming your divinity. And divinity we do not kill or destroy.
Sure. Yeah, yeah, of course. I never fight back manually. I mean, physically. I always fight
I
back with
understand.
letters and invoices and things like
Mhm.
that. They don't like
Yeah. No.
that.
Yeah. I
Oh.
understand. I understand. So were
Yeah.
you able to, during the process, did you have a vision or words that pop in your head? You had a
Well,
couple concerns. You had a couple concerns that popped up in your head right now. It
well,
has to do with a woman. There's a woman that you were in contact with that has to do and affiliated with some of these groups.
well, those would be
You know what I'm
more than
talking?
several,
There's
but
one
it's a long time
particular
ago.
one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a particular one. She's very beautiful, very sexy.
Wow.
Very beautiful. She has really sexy legs. This is what I'm being shown.
Yeah.
Very sexy lady. Who is that lady that
I
stood out with her legs to
well,
you?
I'd like to know her, get to know her.
You gotta think back. Gotta think back. You have it. It's in your head. It's in your concern.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she speaks Russian. She's got Russian connection.
Oh,
Okay, I'm being told she's a Russian spy right now. I'm not sure how much information I'm allowed to disclose at this point in the air, on the air, live, or pre-recorded.
oh,
You know, there's certain information that I just cannot disclose on air.
sure.
So
But
you let me
should
know too. Okay, but you have a Russian spy, this lady that you've been in contact with.
well,
Does that ring a bell? You're not even aware she speaks Russian. She
oh,
comes
really?
to you speaking German, Deutsch.
Okay.
She speaks
Well,
beautiful, fluent Deutsch.
mm-hmm.
She also speaks Russian, but you don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, she's the spy. She's your spy.
Well, I'm anxious to get to know her. Nickie.
You know,
That's
one time I did a radio show and with Andrew Bartzis and had all this attack that came. And the thing that I did was I sent them a like a blue monkey with grass skirt, you know, and a flower. You know, they were shooting
okay.
weapons and all sorts of stuff, and I just sent them a monkey.
Oh dear.
Yeah, because there's no need. Because you have to understand, eventually, okay, all of these beings, whether they're good or bad, doesn't matter. They could send all the weapons they want, because ultimately they all gonna die. They're gonna need to be ascending as well.
True.
So they can be under the hypnosis and the control mind program by the dark forces, because sometimes they don't have a choice. They're stuck in the situation. So we have to have compassion for them and help them activate and save them, so then they'll be awakened. Once they're awakened, they can choose. Do I come out and retaliate against, you know, their own people, you see,
Hmm.
and then claiming my own sovereignty, you see, to do that? Or do I just completely walk away and let the infrastructure fall apart? See, they have choices to do that.
Hmm.
My job is to liberate them, and they have the will to choose, but
Good.
not destruct.
Yeah.
You know, so it could backfire against the bad people just by activating their divinity. You
Good.
see, yeah. So we don't destroy. It's just
Yeah.
it's not. It's a waste. Yeah. Once they disintegrate, they cannot be born back. That's the
Hmm.
thing. Once you're completely disintegrate, recycle back,
Hmm.
you're done completely. So it's better for them to allow their full course of transformation
Hmm.
of their divinity than nothing at all.
Good.
Okay, so by
Yeah.
having that, you'll also have better experiences. But during the transitioning, though, I gotta tell you, you'll have, you know, energy coming at you because they don't want you to transform.
Sure.
But I sent you 50 Archangel Michael to help you. So whatever you need, you ask them. Ask and you
Good.
shall receive. Okay. I'm also instructing them right now to help you in many different aspects and multiple dimensions. It's coming from different levels
Hmm.
of what you exposed yourself to. So
Hmm.
they're all in place. Yeah, the Russian woman, well, the Russian spy who speaks
Hmm.
fluent, beautiful German is, boy, she's gorgeous. I saw you having coffee shop with her. She really show off her legs like as a way to distract, seduce you. See? That's how they view it. Yeah. Let me see. And anybody else that they sending to help to kind of cause a lot of that distraction. And here's another thing, okay? When they put you in front of you, like go and have coffee, you're like, oh, this is just a coffee, it's harmless. They can literally put an implant on you.
All right. Is this a physical implant or is this a mental?
Etheric. This is
Etheric.
etheric.
Etheric. Yeah.
Etheric. Yeah, etheric is powerful because you'll do things you're like, why did I do this? And you don't know why. And you keep doing it. It's that powerful. So we're gonna clear that out. Another thing I just programmed for you is that they cannot put implants on you. You're off limits, if that's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine. That's
yeah.
wonderful.
As long as you say, I claim my divinity, my own sovereignty,
Hmm.
then you're off limits. So that's all you have to do.
Hmm.
And on my website, you can see the ancestral karmic release form 1, 2, 3. They're
Hmm.
all the same, except the first form you can put anybody you want. The second and third form you can't. It's only solely for you. Okay, and that will help you on even a higher level. I'm serious. It will protect you. You will have beings coming from so many high dimensional beings that literally will come and assist you. It's that powerful.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, well, it's so interesting. Things are really, you know, heating up, right?
Sure, one can say that. Yeah, say that.
Yeah. Well, Nikki, thank you so much. You think, yeah, well, I'll get through the military industrial complex within the next time.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of clearing. I'm surprised. I'm tuning to you again right now, and I'm checking, and
Yeah.
they keep sending it. Oh yeah, I could see why I needed 50. They keep sending and sending.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
just keep sending. As long as you have not done your ancestor karmic healing, they can keep coming. Unless you're consciously aware and you claim that, that will help with the clearing.
okay.
Remember, we just started. It only took us like a couple minutes to do it. And
Yeah.
we're talking about a lifetime of work that you put in, right, in this
Mm-hmm.
field. So you have to set on the scale and balance that out. You
Mm-hmm.
know, some people have spent 50 years of making mistake and they have 1 hour healing session with me and they're like, how come I'm not healed? Well, I gave you homework. Did you do the homework? If you don't do homework, how are you going to ace the test? You know? I mean,
True.
50 year versus an hour, that's not enough. Not
Right.
enough at all.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to be fair, justify how we justifying. And then, like I said, typically I offer the first two Lotus healing session, then they're gonna do the ancestral karmic healing, and I prefer, you know, they for their advancement they do 3.
Mm-hmm.
When they're done, if they wish to, then they can sign up for the Phoenix session, which is the advanced level, and those are mainly for people that want to practice energy work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I'll teach them. And what I do is I scan them and continuously fix or do whatever needs to. Because, you know, people go out and they do some crazy things in their energy and then they come to me and then I have to fix them, you know, upgrade or
Oh
whatever
dear.
it's to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very individualized, case by cases. And
Sure.
sometimes I had a client that called in, the father's dying, and you know, like I have attacks from the hospital, or they'll live in a city that is just really bad energy and I got to go and clean up that whole community, literally. So it takes a lot. Yeah, it's not just like, you know, a one-time thing. It's case by case.
Yeah.
Okay, and for sure, get the technology that will help. T-Nano
Yeah.
healing tools.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll get
Yeah,
to
do we
that.
have any other questions? Like in the
Oh.
chat room, anybody? I know
Well,
this
I
is
mean,
be recording, so
yeah. So, you know, I think we have to let this, you know, get sitting on everybody because, you know, there's lots of new information, and I never had this experience. So for me, it's also new.
mhm.
Yeah, and I'm amazed, you know, what you discovered.
Thank you. Thank you. And it's an honor to be here. And you know, with your support and the station of Wake News radio support, I really appreciate that we can spread this kind of news for people to be activated and claiming their sovereignty. Until then, we're gonna just be guinea pig puppets to all these guys. We continue fighting and we don't even know what we're fighting. You see, and my resolution is you don't need to fight anymore. You don't need to go do all that hard work. Just work on yourself. It's easier said than done, but it's the most challenging thing in life is about admitting your ego that you need self-healing, the
Yes.
guilt and the shame and the doubts. You see,
Right.
surrendering yourself to that acceptance, forgiving yourself, having compassion to love yourself. Okay? Those are the keys. Once you accomplish that, all things are possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Nickie. We are now at the end of the section of the United Strike Radio-Marathon, and I appreciate you, taking me on. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
that was a heavy task for you as
not
well,
at all.
wasn't it? Well,
Yeah, doing this work, it is a lot of responsibility because I'm also doing it on 3D reality, not just 5D, 4D, 6D, 7D, and up.
yeah,
I do it in all dimensions. So it's a challenge floating back and forth.
yes,
So yeah, but
wonderful.
it is part of the job. Think of it this way. I feel like sometimes like a heart surgeon on call.
Oh yeah,
You
I
never
feel
know when you're
relieved.
gonna get the call.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, Nikki. So why don't you give us your website again for the listeners, how to contact you?
Yes, and that is www.tnano healing HEALING tools.com, Tinano Healing Tools. And we do ship overseas.
Yeah,
We may have a limit of shipping anything that's more than, I don't know, 200 pounds or something. I'm not sure. But anyway, definitely go to your shipping post office and ask for all that information, and and shoot me a private email, and we can also converse at that level. Some people are not sure, they want to do a massive earth grid work. They'll have questions, how many cones does one need? Some people are master healers, how many, what kind of set do they need? And you
yeah,
can get a whole collection of the technology and use it to heal people without using your energy. All you have to do is driving it. Think of it, it's like a car. All you got to do is turn it on by placing the T nano cones and disc on the people's body, and then you drive by controlling the car. You're not doing anything else with the motor. And that's what my technologies provide for people. Okay, they're not using their personal energy, even though it's coming from the source. And literally, it's not just coming from the source. Every time energy passes through you, it gets contaminated. I was patient before, so every time somebody do energy healing on me, I feel everything that comes through on my body, and I have to go and do healing on myself after I just received supposedly what you call healing, and it comes with their karma too. So I get really finicky of, who do energy healing on you. And as a healer, we have responsibility to not cause any more harm. So before you do anything, make sure get yourself cleaned up, you know, um, ancestral karmic wise and this lifetime, and get your energy activated, activate your divinity code. That's the one that's super important as well. And that's T Nano Healing Tools.
good. Yeah, thank you very much, Nikki. We are at the end of our section here in the United Strike Radio Marathon. This is Detlev Wake News Radio. Thank you, Nikki. A last word to audience, if you wish.
Nope, just thank you for having me, and feel free to visit my website, say hello. You can also get on my Facebook at T Nano Healing Tools to see updates, my posting, especially of my galactic work that I do. And I do post those daily or however things happened.
Yes. Wow. Well, that's interesting. So go and visit her site. And thank you very much. We're now entering into our next segment of our United Strike Radio Marathon. So see you to our next shows. I'm having German-speaking shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 to 6 p.m. local time CET. And every second Saturday in the month, we have our United We Strike Radio Marathon around the world, and we're listening to pure sambanda music. So stay tuned. This is Detlev and Nickie. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is Wake News Radio with Detlev on UWS Community Radio and the International Community Radio Network. IC Radio Network and UWS strongly promote the use of grassroots patriot music. Please drop us a line and we'll play your music.